Okay, so what I'm going to be showing you how to do today is set up a Google Forms as a quiz. So I'm going to do a 3-part video. In the first video, we're going to be looking at creating a quiz, giving the quiz a name, establishing some settings, changing the color palette, and using the preview button to see what the students would see. So the first thing that you would do is in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that there's a little plus sign. You would click the plus sign, it turns into a pencil to create a new form. And you can see it's an untitled form. So let's give this quiz a name. And I'll call it the Civil War quiz. And then if I click in the untitled quiz below, it'll auto-populate the name of the quiz right into the spot. You can give it a description. I'll just say do your best. And the first thing you really want to do is start to establish some of your settings. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see that there's a little wheel. If you hover over it, it says settings, and you click. And there are 3 general tabs that you want to work your way through. Whether you're doing a survey or whether you're doing a quiz, whatever it is, you want to work your way through these settings to make sure it's set up correctly. So I always like to collect email addresses, and you can give a response receipt if they request it, to let them know that your quiz or the survey was received. You can restrict it to people within your own district, like it says Freehold Regional High School District. And if this is a quiz, I want to limit it to 1 response. Under the presentation tab, I like to give the students a progress bar, whether it's a survey or a quiz, to let them know where they are, whether they're on question 13 out of 30. It gives them a good sense of what their time is, how much time they have left. And I always like to shuffle the question order. It's just a good practice if you have students sitting next to one another in a lab. It's really easy to kind of peek over at their neighbor's screen, so you could shuffle the question order, kind of mix things up a little bit. The last tab is the quizzes tab. This is where you want to make this a quiz, right? I don't want to immediately give each student after submission their grade. Maybe I want to do it later on after I manually review. Maybe there's a problem with a question or I put the wrong answer down. I want to be able to review it before the students are able to see it. And then respondents can see missed questions. I'm going to turn that off and hit save. So some general features in your settings for setting it up for a quiz. And the first thing that you'd really want to do is maybe you want to change around the color palette. So if you look here, there's a little like painting easel thing that's on there. If you click on the painting easel, you can actually change the color palette. So I'll change it to a nice aqua blue. You could actually upload an image if you wanted to for the background, and it'll take you to your select a theme. So it could be party and dining, it could be birthday, it could be travel, right? I could actually change the theme. There's a nice looking history one, right? And it'll change the theme, the background up top, right? So you can select and mess around with the color palette. And just so you would know that this button right here is called the preview button. Right? The preview button gives you an opportunity to see what the students would see or that the takers of the survey would see. So if you hit the little eye, you would see that there's not much set up here, right? But this is how it would look, right? There's a progress bar along the bottom. There's a submit button, right? There's an untitled question with an option, right? It has my description and my quiz name, but there's really nothing in it yet. So if I hit the little pencil, it'll take me out of the previewing option. All right, so that's it for video 1. I'm going to come back in video 2 and show you how to add different types of questions, how to split the test into sections, require questions, and duplicate questions. So check out video number 2.